Hi, I'm Janine Zappa, and as you can see, it's a cold day out here. I'd like to give you a few tips that you can use in honor of Earth Day. I'll bet you would never go hiking like this with bare feet and without your hat in the cold. But I have to tell you, that's exactly what you're doing with your house most of the time. So here we are in my attic. That's the hat that your house needs to wear just like you do when you're outside on a cold day. You can see that I've got an attic hatch door. This is one of the most important projects you can take on. This is a huge area where air gets pulled out of your house into your attic in an unconditioned space that you're not heating or cooling. You're wasting a ton of energy, making your house a lot less comfortable. So what makes a good attic hatch? Let me show you. The right amount of insulation should be at least a depth of 12 to 15 inches in our region. And that's because you want to have a nice, deep blanket of insulation, whether it's blown cellulose, which we recommend, or fiberglass, which also was here when I first moved in, and we added insulation on top of it. And the reason you want that much is that every inch of this material, either one, will give you an insulating value of about 2.9 to 3.9 in R value. And you're aiming to add it up to have at least R38 in the Pittsburgh region. The other big thing you can do today in your attic to help for Earth Day, this is the biggest hole in your house that makes the biggest difference, is your attic hatch. You want to have foam board on the back. You want to have spray foam at all the seams. You want to make sure that it's got a nice gasket on the bottom and where it's going to be inserted into the hatch hole. And you might need to build up a dam here in order to hold back insulation that you've added to your attic. Now we're in the basement. Remember, this is the boots covering the feet of your house. Here's what you want to look for. Be a detective. Look for these cobwebs. This is a sign anywhere there's a penetration in the house that you might have air leaking still. And even though I've already put some spray foam here, I have more work to do. I'm going to be making a list. This is the other important thing to do in your basement, is to spray foam the entire rim joist. You can have this done professionally, or you can purchase two-part foam yourself and wear protective clothing. Well, since you're stuck at home, I'll bet you've noticed other things in your house. Places where you always thought that you should fix, but you haven't yet. Look at that. There's a giant hole going into my house, into the hollow cinder block from all of these power cables through an exterior garage. Now, while we've insulated on the other side of this and tried to stop the airflow, I know for a fact that I still have a problem here. And what do you see? More spider webs. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make some impact in your house. You might actually already have these things. A box cutter, a caulking gun, a tube of silicone caulking, spray foam that will fill up gaps, 2-inch insulation foam board. These are the basic tools. You can spend a little bit of money and make a huge difference for the planet and for your house. In conclusion, remember, check for leaks, air seal. Remember that your house needs a hat and shoes. The attic needs 12 to 15 inches of insulation. Check the rim joist and insulate it. Happy Earth Day.